Now, welcome to another Visions Volume 2 review. This time it is the episode In the Stars.
This one comes to us from Chile, the studio Punk Robot. And like I've been doing, this one's another easy canon slide in, because we know the Empire has done this behavior that's in this episode across multiple worlds throughout the reign of the Dark Times.
Take the resources while poisoning the world, and who cares about its inhabitants?
And if the inhabitants fight back, well, they
Deal
don't
with that
exist
too.
anymore, do they?
Yep.
I liked the art style of this one quite a bit. It was stop motion, but they did a lot of really cool texturing.
Okay.
I think things moved and looked really good. And I liked that they actually flashed into a 2D animation segment when they were showing the cave painting-esque
I thought that
version
looked
of their
cool, yeah.
past.
I like the lighting and the music and stuff, and the style was pretty good overall.
Most of the other ones I don't think did this as much, or maybe just not as well. They really hit that alien culture thing perfectly. They, as a studio, developed an alien, race, because we haven't seen those in Star Wars before. And they gave
races?
this particular
Okay.
one.
I was like, we've seen a few of them.
And not only that, they gave us a nice culture and history to them in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
We got to know them as a people. How obviously the stars in the sky are very important to them. The mushrooms on the planet emit a special glowing light that they use in their paint, and they paint to preserve their history. And it's really cool because they give us all of this information in a very short amount of time with more of the show, don't tell
Yeah, they
scenario.
don't ever really tell you how it all works. You just see it and you pick up on it, which is good.
Yeah, we got to see the story of the past told in a cave painting format. And it was interesting because you got to really know the two sisters throughout it as well.
The younger sister who wanted to have the Force, and the older sister who didn't want to have the Force but did.
I believe both of them do, but
I don't know that the younger one
well,
did.
think about it in the cave painting. They showed her mom lifting one really easily, right?
Yeah.
Then they showed the sister, like you saw one, the little sister one was moving, and when it didn't really get there all the way, the bigger sister swam over and grabbed it and picked it up.
Yeah, I think maybe the young one has some minor sensitivity.
Well, she says they said their mom said that they both have it.
Well,
The younger
sometimes
sister might
moms
not
lie.
be as developed yet. And by the way, you can stop calling her younger and older. Younger sister's name is Tachina, and Khoten is the older sister.
Okay,
Yes.
probably will again at
That's
some point.
fine. Little sis and big sis is fine. Yeah, like we said, the music was really pretty. The flute, it had kind of a very folk style going
Yeah,
in it. I felt some of the Chilean influence with their music. And then later they moved into a really moving piece. I actually got the chills when the older sister force caught the younger sister.
yeah, that was good. I think the music really stood out in this one.
And it's always good what they do. I mean, it didn't stand out to me quite as much as the music in Screecher's Reach stood out, but it accentuated the correct tones at the right part. I do really like the sister dynamic. I mean, I have 3 sisters, so I could
always
see
feel
that.
so sorry for your father.
well, I'm his quote-unquote son, so
I know you are the most. God, but you are. You like the cool stuff. Your other sisters.
there we go.
don't.
I like the cool stuff. Let's
Yeah.
leave it that way. I share more interests with him than I do with my mother.
Into cool stuff.
But I
We'll
liked
just leave it at
the sister dynamic with the older sister having been older, so of course she remembers and she, what happened to their mother. She remembers the Empire moving in and how it feels like, and she's got a much more sour perception because she has the job of keeping her younger sister safe, keeping her younger sister alive. She's not looking with this hopeful eye of the younger sister because of the fact that she knows she's all that stands between them and death.
Yeah, well, I mean, the sad part that really isn't thought about or addressed is the fact that if these are the only two, it's only a matter of time. But then they all go to the stars together.
Right,
Maybe.
it was kind of a bittersweet ending, I think.
It's a very, like I said, if you think about it, the end game, long term, it is a very sad story.
But
'Cause
we
these
don't
are-
know if they just eliminated all the ones in the area,
Sure.
or
well,
if they travel far enough, will they find more
it's possible.
clans?
I would
of their
imagine there's,
people?
yeah, they only do show like one city or one town or village kind of getting destroyed. So I'm assuming there are probably others out there. So you can, you can think about a happy ending, I suppose, if they find someone else.
But I do like that the older sister got pushed into, becoming more because of her younger sister. The younger sister's optimism and the belief that the younger sister kept going, we can do this, we can beat them, we have mom's power, we have mom's strength. It was the younger sister who inspired,
Well,
Her
forced
sister
her,
into-
no pun intended.
forced her, inspired her into action, into standing up for what they believe.
Yeah, by getting yourself captured.
Right, but
you
even
should've
at that
just
point, they
stayed
could have
put.
still run, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Instead, they joined hands and brought down the Empire.
Wow.
The whole Empire.
Some of them.
No, the whole...
The whole thing.
The whole
Palpatine's
thing.
like, I give up that one planet. They took us down. That's it. I'm out.
This one was a lot more straightforward in its story. There
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of the... There were the family theme, but a lot of the deep undertones like that Screecher's Reach had, or even that the Sith had. I didn't feel them as much in this because, well, there was character growth, but it wasn't the same kind of character growth or design that the other two episodes.
Yeah, it was, I mean, not that it's a bad thing. It was a little more simple and straightforward and not really any kind of twist or turn, which is fine.
This one followed the rules of a short to the fullest. By the time it was over, I don't expect there to be any more. And I didn't need anything before that because you gave me that story within it.
Yeah, I thought that was, as you mentioned before, I thought the opening was good, just kind of giving the fan
It
art
open-ended
sure.
that I'm the master now, more are going to come for me, but we're gonna go and continue to paint. So you're like, okay, well, she might be contending with more Sith down the road. Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't necessarily...
Plus, there's the backstory. We don't have that either for that character.
You don't necessarily need to know where it goes next. Sometimes that's the imagination's job.
But I'm just saying, as far
Oh, I
as
get what
being
you're
an
saying.
open and closed short,
It's a story. It's a complete story.
yeah, whereas that one felt like
Yeah.
part of a story, Screecher's Reach felt like another part of a story, because you're wondering what happens next to that girl, what happens to those she left behind, what are the choices they're going to make next. This one, like I said, we were given the backstory through the cave painting type section. Then we were given a close of them being content in the fact that now they can see their mother, their people all shining down on them. They can feel their love and light again. And they're okay. They're okay with that.
Yeah.
Though we know what will happen eventually is the Empire will come back and go, where's our stuff?
Probably.
And just rebuild a base and possibly kill them all because this is the dark times.
Yeah, I mean, part 2 probably wouldn't be a good one. Unless, they went looking and they found more people. And
Right.
they, if the Empire does return this time, they got a bigger rebellion.
I'm happy that they have access to clean water again.
Sort of. It looked like it spilled in with all the dirty water.
Did, but
I mean-
this is not a very technologically advanced people.
So what are you saying? They're just going to drink the dirty water? Oh, it washed it all away?
Yes, they're going to just
Wow.
drink the bad water, I think.
Well, I don't think they destroyed all the tanks. Or no, they kind of did, didn't they?
The whole plant looked pretty wrecked.
Maybe they can find a couple puddles or a little pond that formed. Or
I think they're just going to
something.
drink the water that's there, because if you notice, it looked a lot more blue at the end than
Well,
the
they'll-
grayish.
They'll be joining the family in the stars soon enough if
Oh,
they do that, I think.
jeez.
So
Would
now
it be
you
that
just
harsh?
ruined it. You're like, oh, it's got a happy end. Now it doesn't. They're going to die from the water.
They don't know
This
any
is a
better.
terrible
Maybe
story.
they diluted it enough to make it safe.
You always got to ruin it in the end. And speaking of end, I think that's
Oh.
going to be all we got for you this time. So now it's your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you thought of this episode. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.